Assassin's Creed Shadows, guys, is completely in trouble. There's all sorts of developments happening, including Ubisoft issuing an apology for something that they fucked up on in the video game. We'll get there. But the other day we talked about this petition that's out there where Japanese gamers are absolutely furious with Assassin's Creed Shadows. It is already almost at 75,000 signatures. Probably by the time this video comes out, it will be well over 75,000 signatures. And I already know what the Wokies are saying. Oh, big deal. 75,000 people still signed it and it's still going to come out and I'm still going to buy it. Good for you. But there's nothing wrong with people voicing their opinion out. And you can yell grifter all you want and fake rage and all this crap. It's Japanese gamers here. You can't use that excuse of, oh, it's right-wing, MAGA, white male gamers that are Republican that are crying about this. No, we have Japanese gamers that are beyond pissed and feel disrespected that Ubisoft would put this game out here. It's not to say that the game might actually be fun and enjoyable, but they've made a lot of dumb decisions, most notably Yasuke being the protagonist of this game when it's clearly evident that his history is not as noble as Ubisoft is trying to embellish on. He's no hero by any means, especially when the Japanese people bring him up. There's not much known about his future, and it seems like Ubisoft is going to do a thing where they're going to use creativity to make him some kind of hero. Keep in mind, he's slaughtering Japanese people in this game to rap music. How tone deaf could that be? Imagine thinking there wouldn't be any backlash with a whole fucking country when you disrespect them to that point. And again, all the Wokies are saying, I don't understand what the problem is. The game's going to be good and you just got idiots like Grum's crying about it. No, if there's anything that is crying about it, it's the woke people upset that people aren't buying into this disgusting display of tone deaf diversity just for the sake of diversity, just for the sake of having it be DEI infected. These guys made a game that is so disrespectful to Japanese culture. And it's cringe to the point where you already think of all the stuff that Ubisoft has been doing on top of it, from saying that we need to be comfortable not owning our own games, to uglifying characters in Star Wars Outlaws, to their pricing structures, to community managers hating white people, literally being vile, intolerant people on their social media with their behavior. This is speaking volumes. Now, is this going to cancel the game? No, it's not. This game's going to come out no matter what. But it's good to have a platform to voice your opinion. They don't want us to voice our opinion, guys. The woke people, they don't want us to voice our opinion because that's the grift. That's the grift, guys, if we voice it. That's the fake outrage that we're catering to dumb people. Those people call us grifters, and that you guys that follow the grifters, they think you're morons and that you're idiots and that you can't think for yourselves. That's what they think of you. That is what they think of you. They insult your intelligence. So 75,000 people by the time you watch this. Now, here was a good tweet that I saw from Grums that perfectly describes the situation in regards to how Japanese people are feeling. It says, Japanese anger over AC Shadows is exploding. Ubisoft's defenders and even the CEO would have you believe the Japanese outrage over Assassin's Creed Shadow is just a bunch of Western racists. But Japanese YouTubers are speaking out and they are mad. And we're actually going to show a couple videos of actual Japanese gamers because, again, the wokies think, oh, it's just a whole bunch of white-wing, white right-wing Republicans crying about it. It's not. It's not. Japanese people are pissed. Japanese YouTubers are speaking out and they're mad. Japanese AC fans view this as their one chance to play as a Japanese man in an AC game, and they were robbed and will never get this chance again. And on top of that, Ubisoft CEO called them racist and hateful for saying so. Ubisoft pandered, but not to the Japanese. They continued to insult them by mixing up plant seasons and even using Chinese characters for Japanese names. These two Japanese YouTubers explain, one in English, the other in Japanese, the arrogance of Ubisoft to want to have their samurai in a game set in Japan, the touting of historical accuracy, then getting so much wrong, the editing of Wikipedia to lay claim that Yasuke is samurai, on no evidence, ignoring Japanese historians, getting architecture details wrong, customs wrong, seasonal plants wrong, even after bragging they hired non-local historian consultants, using Chinese characters for famous Japanese in promo pieces, Ubisoft CEO calling Japanese who complain malicious and hateful and implying they are racist. Video links in the reply. So here's just a laundry list. And again, the game's going to still come out. People are still going to buy it. But I think this backlash is as immense as I've heard on any Assassin's Creed game ever. If you go and look at the story trailer and the gameplay trailer for this game, it is dislike bomb to hell. They're getting backlash in the comments. I've never seen Ubisoft backed in a corner as bad as they are now. So you can kick and scream and call everybody grifters all you want for it. This ain't good. And you can see in the descriptions, he has 2 links. We'll take a look at these in a minute. But let's also look at some of these tweet replies. You can see Yorch Latorch says that game is clear evidence of the corruption and incompetent management that plagues Ubisoft. A total disrespect to Japanese culture and gamers in general. Don't buy it. Abugan San says insulting Japanese gamers is yet another mistake. Nice seeing powerful allies weighing in. Delibrian says, well, according to Ubisoft, a group of white men LARPing as Japanese are offended on behalf of the Japanese. This seems like the ultimate brainwashing move by Ubisoft. So great job, Ubi. You did it. You're spreading woke from the current Canada lefties. And it's just a total cope, to use that term, grift. I had a banger fucking tweet, which I shared in the last video that I want to share with you guys to describe my thoughts on this whole thing. Where people are like, oh, these guys are grifters and all this. This is exactly what I fucking said right here. I said the left uses grifter to label anyone outside of their echo chamber like they do with racist. Being anti-woke leaves you open to the woke mob trying to cancel you. Gamers aren't mad at minorities, just bad writing and woke politics. DEI is the real scam ruining games. And that's exactly what's happening with Shadows. They went out of their way to make sure they had a black man as the hero of the game. And they're so tone deaf that they have rap music while he's slaughtering Japanese people to make a modern audience that doesn't fucking exist happy. Modern audience, where are you? Modern audience, where the fuck are you? Absolutely tone deaf. And I continued. I said, DEI is ruining games by forcing in diversity over quality, leading to poor storytelling and flat characters. It prioritizes agendas over fun and creativity, which is exactly what's going on with Shadows. Speaking out is risky and costly, but it's the right thing to do. It's only a grift because it hurts the wokies' feelings. And that's all you ever see. This guy's an idiot. This guy's a moron. I don't like what that guy's saying. And these guys are rage baiters. It's always emotional based when it comes to these guys attacking anti-woke people, which again, there's no such thing as anti-woke versus woke. It's normal versus woke. And these guys don't want anything that goes against their grain. They get absolutely butthurt if you challenge it, which is what my last thing I said. I said, unlike the woke mob, most gamers welcome diverse ideas naturally, not when pushed by consulting firms and activists. No one wants agendas forced into their entertainment. These people will cancel you for not agreeing, unlike normal folks. That's why I call it out. It's not a grift. So anyways, here's the first video. This is from a channel called Shohei Kondo. Hope I pronounced that right. And my God, it already has almost 160,000 views when I'm looking at this. And he's calling it out. We'll just watch a little bit of it, but I'll be sure to link it down below. Let's listen.
I'm pretty pissed. And I really can't believe this is happening. And I really can't believe people don't see these things. You know, I've been a fan of Assassin's Creed. I really loved Assassin's Creed 2. And Assassin's Creed Origin is one of my best video games I ever played.
So he's coming out and saying he loved Assassin's Creed 2 and that Origins was his favorite game to play. One of his favorite games to play, but he's really pissed off.
It's amazing. And I was dreaming one day Ubisoft make Assassin's Creed set in Japan. Because ninja is amazing subject for Assassin's Creed. Because ninja is assassin and also spy.
So he's looking forward to a Japanese game with a ninja character because they're assassins and they're also spies.
gonna be great. I was hoping Ubisoft they would do a lot of intense this research, or even they hire some Japanese team, like a lot of Japanese group of people work with them to historical accuracy. It's a responsibility, you know. It's you gotta do. And I
So he's complaining about the historical accuracy of the game, that it's a responsibility that you have to do. And as a Japanese gamer, he feels incredibly insulted by it. And this is like 26-minute video. He even links to a video about the truth about Yasuke and how DEI marketing is warping his actual history into something that they're trying to promote. A woke agenda behind him as a legendary hero, which he's obviously not.
I was believing they would do, but really. So Ubisoft announced new Assassin's Creed series, Assassin's Creed Shadow, set in Japan. It's not Japan, and and the main character is not Japanese. But wait, I need to mention. We Japanese are not angry about non-Japanese main character, okay? And we are not mad.
So he's saying they're not angry about a non-Japanese main character. So that's getting rid of that whole point that these wokies are trying to say that, oh, you're racist about it.
About the idea of bringing LGBTQ to.
And they're not angry about LGBTQ. But however, I will disagree with that. Imagine being a historical figure from thousands of years ago and they're saying that you're LGBTQ when that didn't exist in ancient Japan. That's just fucking cringe. That's cringe to have to shoehorn that in there.
The video game. I think we are more welcome that. We want to see more like a diversity, the real diversity, okay?
So he's saying he wants to see real diversity in the game, which goes back to what I'm saying. If the diversity is natural and not shoved in from consulting firms like Sweet Baby Inc. or political activists like Alyssa Mercante, I'm all for it. Most normal people are all for it. It's when it's injected and shoehorned that it starts to become a fucking problem. People don't want political agendas in our fucking entertainment.
Ubisoft, what you're doing is the fake hypocritical diversity, okay?
There we go.
And what you're doing, Ubisoft, in your new racist video game called Assassin's Creed Shadow, is just you're arrogant. Arrogant. I don't know where to start.
So he's calling them arrogant with what they're doing in here. Basically calling them out, saying that it's just not correct, that it's disrespectful. A great video. I'm only going to show the opening, though. You can see that he's well articulate about his points. This isn't some right-wing grifter like the wokies like to label. They like, oh, all these triggered white male gamers are just pissed off about their video games. Instead of just, no, motherfuckers. If you're turning a blind eye to the disrespect, you're just as bad as the fucking wokies, which is the true grift, the true scam in gaming. Now, continuing on, there was another video that was linked. This one's in all Japanese, though, and I'll link that down below as well. Which, I mean, these videos are getting lots of likes compared to what Ubisoft's actual videos are doing for Assassin's Creed Shadow. But here's another funny instance that happened. Back in June, they actually used a Japanese reenactment group's banner without permission. So this was something that I didn't talk about, and it kind of flew under the radar a little bit, but they made a statement apologizing about this whole situation. There's an article up on thatparkplace.com, but this shows you just how bad they've been with their research for this game, to where they're actually using a reenactment group's banner in a fucking game that is supposed to be historically accurate. Now, Grums, again, tweeted about this. He said they can't catch a break in Japan. Japanese reenactment group Sekigahara, I hope I didn't butcher that too bad, Tipo Core claims Ubisoft stole their banner symbol, contemplates lawsuit. Comment section is filled with displeasure about Ubisoft first claiming game was historical, then flipping to fiction when called out. So basically they said it's fictional because not much is known about his future and his history or whatever, about, other than his origin, that he's very mysterious, right? So they said, Yasuke goes around decapitating and crushing the heads of all the peasants and characters that appear in the game. Member of Sekigahara Rifle Corps may be threatened in the same way by Yasuke in the game. So this is the reenactment company. And that's their logo that was used in the game. And they put a whole bunch of tweets about it. So Basically, Ubisoft responded, and you can see originally to somebody bringing it up, they said they heard a little bit about it, but it seems that the Sekigahara rifle core was used as the background for the concept art for Shadows. I actually took a look at it, and when I zoomed in, I could definitely see the back flag we use. Honestly, not sure how to react. And imagine already being a Japanese gamer that feels that this game's disrespecting you to the point where you're just disgusted by it. 75,000 signatures, by the way. No matter what the wokies try to tell you, cope with it. Continuing on, you can see the issue with the Sekigahara riflemen was the unauthorized use of the back flag, but it isn't the fabrication of a history a separate issue. Also, I think the design of the flag would have been impossible at the time, but I don't know if the Sekigahara rifle corps didn't exist. I registered as a user and contacted Ubisoft's Japan support via inquiry form. I told them that the concept art depicts the Sekigahara Rifle Corps flag and that if they wanted to officially use it, they should contact the representative. So Ubisoft put out a statement, actually officially, July 8th, finally, since this came out. And they said, we received notice that 2 pieces of concept art previously released for Assassin's Creed Shadow used the flag of the Sekigahara Battlefield Hospitality Union without permission. The group was given the opportunity to apologize and it was accepted. The art in question will not be used or distributed any further beyond this date except for being included in the art book in the collector's edition. We deeply apologize on this matter. They can't win for losing, guys. It seems like they are a complete mess when trying to figure out what to do with this game. And people are getting fed up. Again, 75,000 signatures probably by the time you're watching this. And this petition, like I told you guys in the past, was created because they said the lack of historical accuracy and cultural respect has been a serious issue regarding the upcoming game Assassin's Creed Shadows by game developer Ubisoft. The game is based on Japanese samurai and ignores the fact that samurai were a higher class of warrior class and should have been gokunin, or servants of nobles. In fact, the first European to hold the title of samurai, William Adams, served Tokugawa Ieyasu as a 250 Koko Hatamoto. In this history, Ubisoft continues to misunderstand the nature and role of samurai. This is a serious insult to Japanese culture and history and may also be linked to Asian racism. We call on Ubisoft to immediately cancel the release of Assassin's Creed Shadows and show sincere research and respect for Japanese history and culture. We need your signature. Sign this petition to let Ubisoft know the importance of cultural respect and historical accuracy. And again, this isn't going to cancel the game. And real quick, some jerk off came to my chat the other day saying, oh, you're just raged and wanting to cancel a whole entire game because the character's black. And no, I've never said cancel this game. And I never said that I was going to want it canceled because a character was black. I'm saying it's tone deaf, it's disrespectful, and it's fucking cringe to see a company go the extra mile to fill in some check boxes for DEI points and to appease a smaller percentage of people who are a minority of people that would get offended if games don't have representation of POCs and LGBTQ and all this fucking shit that we see injected into our games. That's the issue. I've never said cancel a game because there's a black character in it. And I've never called for a boycott of this game, actually. I've only reported what people are saying. I've only reported the backlash. I've only reported the petition. And I've only reported what we could see on Twitter. I've never called for a backlash of this. Boycott. I've never called for a boycott. Do boycotts work? No, they tend to do the opposite effect. Look at what happened with Hogwarts Legacy. Right? You had all these people calling for the game to cancel. So sure, this game might still do well, but it's really important to not let people like Ubisoft use consulting firms to further ruin video games. This is just one step, guys. What are we going to see in 5 years from now if they continue to allow DEI efforts to be injected in video games? We're going to see a lot of stuff coming out that is already taking over times 10. And people don't want this. People don't want this in here. They seem to think that they speak for the majority. They don't. The majority of gamers are normal people that just want good stories and good fun. They don't want to see political stuff injected in their video games. So speak up. If you don't like this crap, speak up, say something. Yes, this game is still going to come out. If any wokey thinks that this is an attempt to cancel a game, they're missing the fucking point when we're bringing awareness to this. This isn't a grift. Speaking your mind, speaking your opinion, saying something that you don't agree with doesn't mean that it's a grift. Oh, you need to be honest. You need to be honest with yourself. People are taking advantage of this outrage and monetizing off of it. So what are the wokies doing? They're clearly fucking monetizing. That whole Black Myth Wukong extortion scheme for $7 million. If you don't agree, we're going to fucking write hit pieces on you. What is Kotaku doing? What's all these gaming journalists that are actually political activists doing? If people calling out woke stuff is grift, then what are they doing? It's almost like you're not allowed to think for yourself. Well, I'm glad that we got almost 75,000 people thinking for themselves, and I fully support this. Again, it's not going to cancel the game, but speak up. If you don't like this stuff, let them know you don't like it. Thumbs down stuff. Speak up. They're relying on these two games, Assassin's Creed Shadows and Star Wars Outlaws, as their two main games for this year. If they have enough backlash, if it doesn't sell as much, if these games bomb, they should take note, ideally, right? So speak with your wallet, speak with your voice, let them be heard, sign the petition if you haven't. I'll see you on the next one.